Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another live video here on The Damage Report. We had a 3-day weekend, obviously, and we came back to another hellish news cycle with one of the most infuriating bits of totally unnecessary news that I can remember in some time. And that's coming off of a couple of weeks that have majorly sucked. So I'm going to break some news because I'm sure you're not familiar with what I'm going to be talking about here, but Hillary Clinton is involved in some upcoming documentary, and in it, she decided that even though it's literally years since the 2016 election, and what we all should obviously be focused on, and everybody says we should be focused on, is defeating Donald Trump, she decided, I'm just going to attack Bernie Sanders a whole bunch because I'm literally never going to get over my flaws and mistakes that led to me losing to Donald Trump. I will never acknowledge them, but I will also never get over them. It is a very toxic mix. Here's what she had to say. She said he was in Congress for years, Bernie Sanders. He had one senator support him. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to work with him. He got nothing done. I'm going to stop there for just a second. So here, we're going to look on the full show. Jordan Ewell is going to be joining us. We're going to be talking about this more, and I'm going to go through some of the specific polls and everything. I will simply give you a spoiler alert. The idea that no one likes him is ridiculous. He is literally the most popular politician in the entire country. And think about how blind you have to be to what people like. That you, Hillary Clinton, for better or worse, were like the second most despised politician in the country after Donald Trump. Saying that this guy, that everybody repeatedly in polls for literally years has rated the most popular, you say, no, screw all that. I'm not going to acknowledge what they think about me or Bernie Sanders. Nobody likes him, because I don't like him. And so obviously everybody likes him. I don't have to rethink anything. I've never made a mistake. That's why I'm president today. He was a career politician, she said. This is Hillary Clinton. I had to look into her background. She's like a community organizer or something. Not a career politician, She wasn't in the 90s in the White House and then moved to a state so that she could win and be a senator and then worked in the government under Obama and then tried to become president. Bernie, he's a career politician, okay? She's just like an independent speaker. She's an influencer, really. It's all just baloney, and I feel so bad that people got sucked into it. Like, honestly, this is perhaps more true of Hillary Clinton than anyone, but so true of everyone in public life, whether on the political side or the media side. Why can no one acknowledge anything wrong that they've ever done or any flaw that they have? Why have you ever heard her say, here's something I did that contributed to my loss? It is just a series of different things that were all responsible that had nothing to do with her. And it's not to say that everything was in her control or everything was her fault. Reality is complicated, okay? Acknowledging it is not a way to get popular in media. I acknowledge that. It's one of the reasons I will never be popular. But it is true. It has that going for it. Some of the things were her fault, her responsibility. Choices she made, characteristics of herself, things that she said, positions she took. She can't acknowledge a single one of those. And so even though it has been literally years, and we have a chance to undo the damage that she contributed to doing by losing to him, she's deciding to attack Bernie Sanders, a guy who didn't then and hasn't now ever said anything as critical or unfair of Hillary Clinton as she is still saying years after she lost. Haroom, thank you so much for your comment. And by the way, much more importantly, like, attacking him is one thing. Fine. She hates him. She's always going to hate him. She appears to hate him more than she hates Donald Trump, which is sick. But she was asked to say whether she would endorse Sanders if he became the Democratic nominee. And she said, I'm not going to go there yet. We're still in a very vigorous primary season. Now, to be very specific, she was not asked to endorse him now. She was asked whether she would endorse him when he became the actual candidate. And she said, I'm not going to go there yet, which means that she was given an opportunity to say Trump or Bernie. And she's like, I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it. And that is insane. Think about psychologically what that says about her. Donald Trump not only beat her, literally beat her. Like, if she's pissed at Bernie, she beat Bernie in the primary, right? but then lost to Trump, but she's more mad at the guy that she beat than the guy that she lost to. He has gone around the country saying that she should literally be in prison for years, and she's not sure which she supports. So remember all that talk about like unity, and like they keep asserting that somehow Bernie wasn't supportive of Hillary, even though he went around the country doing literally dozens and dozens of events, and more of his supporters supported Hillary than her supporters supported Obama back in 2008. Remember that? Yeah, she's still not sure. And this is like maddening to me. It has not been universally condemned. Can you imagine if Bernie Sanders even hinted that he wasn't sure if he'd support Biden or Buttigieg or Warren or Klobuchar or whoever? Think about the round-the-clock attacks the media would launch against him, understandably so, if he implied that he might be willing to accept a second Trump term over one of those nominees. That is what Hillary Clinton is doing right now. They attack Bernie as not being sufficiently a Democrat. She was the Democratic presidential nominee, and she's not sure if she wants a Democratic president or if she wants a second Trump term. And they talk about unity. It should be universal condemnation. There are like fans of hers. I get it. But you hate Trump, right? Like you love her and you hate Trump. Now you have to choose. And you love her more than you oppose Donald Trump. That's insane. She's not going to be president. She's not going to, like, she could go off in the woods. It wouldn't even matter. But she keeps popping up. It's freaking maddening. Okay, so hashtag I like Bernie is trending. Everyone should tweet out why you like Bernie, because she says nobody likes Bernie. So I would like to see it trending nationally all day long, why people like Bernie. If you want to know why I like Bernie, just watch the channel. Like you could have for literally years, but I've made all that very clear. Also, it would be a great time, definitely, obviously, to donate to Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign. If you like him, put a little bit of money where your hashtag is and support him, because it would be great if we find out that this news cycle led to, like the single biggest day of donations to his campaign. Think about how strong of a reaction that would be, how strong of a statement that would make. Okay, so I'm trying to catch up a little bit on some of your comments. Why do you guys like Bernie Sanders? Because I've heard nobody does. Maybe type a reason. It's fucking, like, I know that you're not supposed to say this, but go away. What are you doing? You were in public life for literally decades. You had your chance. You messed it up. It wasn't 100% fair to you. There were some things out of your control, sure, but you lost. You're never going to be president. You're not going to be a senator again. Just go live your life. And hopefully Bernie Sanders will deliver for you what you should want more than anything else, watching the guy who beat you lose. Isn't that like the ultimate gift that anybody could give to her right now? And she's not sure if she wants it. Like, she would like prefer to see Bernie not be like, she doesn't give a damn about this country or its people or her party. She wants her party to lose. She wants her country to lose. If that means that Bernie also loses. It's freaking ridiculous. Anyway, Jordan Newell is going to be joining me a little bit later on. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the New York Times endorsement of Amy Klobuchar and Elizabeth Warren, which was a choice that they made. Alan Dershowitz today versus Alan Dershowitz in the 90s is going to be a lot of fun. We do have a little bit to inspire you. Thank you, Herm. And that is Greta off of Davos. We're going to play some sections of her speech. It is awesome. She lays waste to those people that are like clapping in the audience but are going to go back to their countries and not do absolutely anything that she's suggesting. So that'll feel good. And then we do have some international news we're going to be doing meanwhile and to close it out. Bernie's Teflon, any attack will rise as popular. Yeah, I agree. Understand, like, when I get pissed off about a story like this, it's not because I think it's damaging to Bernie Sanders necessarily. I just think it reveals how sick and small some people in politics are, how vapid and shallow their like proclamations about unity are. Like, unity doesn't mean coming together. It doesn't mean like a level playing field where we're not vicious to each other. It means don't criticize us, don't primary us, and then we will try to nuke you from orbit. That's what it is. It means unilateral disarmament and then your own destruction. That's what it means, effectively. It's a look behind the veil to see the ugly truth. Yeah, does she think it's going to help her? Who does she think? Like, does she think that, like, what is it going to help Biden? Is it going to help Warren or Buttigieg? When she says those things, what does she believe the product will be that benefits her in some way? Or is it just that it's just, I hate this guy? She thanked him multiple times for all of the speeches that he was giving. All of that. Yes, Gabby. The only person who loves relitigating 2016 more than Donald Trump is Hillary Clinton. Yeah. Look, fundamental, like, not just those two. 2016 broke a lot of people's brains. It just did. There are people who have not been able to have a rational thought since 2016. It destroyed them. It shredded their brain like gazing on Cthulhu's face. That's what it did. Okay, some of them winners, some of them losers. It doesn't seem to matter. It can destroy you either way. But there are a ton of people who cannot think rationally about politics since 2016. Sorry for all of those who caught my cold through the live stream, which I do still have, by the way. I'm mostly healed. By the way, if you haven't hit the like button, please do that. If you haven't hit the bell, that's apparently a thing. You should do that. I saw, as soon as I started this, someone was like, you should give us a notification when you're going to go live. Well, technically, that's the bell thing. I could tweet or something. But basically, I always go live at the same time anyway. It's between like 9:15 and 9:30 Pacific time. Just got here. What did Hillary say? You know what she said. Don't lie. Joe, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, everyone, just, you know what? Especially if you haven't donated. I'm not saying like donate $200 or donate $20. Donate $2 if you haven't donated. Just let's add to the number of unique donors that he's had to show how ridiculous it is to claim that nobody likes him. I just want Iowa to get here, honestly. I just want to put some numbers on the board. Dear John, don't go anywhere near Wuhan or anyone that's traveled there. Don't want to lose you. I'm actually going to be talking a little bit about that later on the show today. No travel plan anytime soon. There's just too much to do. Awesome. I'm seeing a bunch of people have donated. Okay, guys. We've only got 20 minutes to the live show. We're going to be talking more about this, more in depth. And I know Jordan has a lot of thoughts. Yes, Gabby, I'm very excited for Picard. I'm going to be watching a few of the big Picard Next Gen episodes to get hyped. It's like the Picard countdown. Okay, I got to run. Lots of stuff coming up on the show. You're definitely not going to miss it. 20 minutes away. Watch some Next Gen while you're waiting, and I'll see you in just a little bit.